This is the Bill Squire Show.
Whoopsie loves John. She's got her LL Cool J leg. It's with a shampoo thing.
That's funny.
So she's got.
Oh man, you know what? LL tried that, and we accepted it, but we didn't partake.
The only people that partook were kids that were like white kids in the suburbs.
Yeah, but it didn't take.
Yeah.
Like when y'all, I'm sorry to say it like that. When y'all took that one, it's like, yeah, trust me, it won't.
Right.
Like you'll never see a real nigga. You know.
Yeah. You can.
You'll never see a real nigga, like a regular person. Like
Yeah.
that was a cool. Like but Tim's, yeah, and Jordans, because I see now that Black Twitter is so mad at white boys who wear Jordans, because they do goofy shit. It's like one dude was eating cereal out of yours.
That's Jake Paul or whatever his name is, and he fucking sucks anyway. Like he's the dude that went to the Suicide Forest.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
no.
Like he's just a goofy motherfucker.
It's like, but everybody's like, man, Fat Joe, like his silly shit was as silly as it gets. Like, I just got out the box, and I'm gonna lick them in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like, but he probably wiped and washed them. Like, he probably did clean that pair.
Yeah.
Like, and if he didn't, he probably know what it had been. Mm-hmm. So like,
right.
Like, he said these are so fresh, I haven't worn them, and he licked them. Well, he probably picked that pair to show the MTV cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, but this is like, if you don't wear them,
all right, you gotta come here, dog. Come here, lay down. So he's gotta be able to get to this microphone.
Sorry, like dead stock culture is a white thing because it's capitalism.
See, that's the thing is I like to wear my shoes too, though.
Oh yeah, I love wearing. I didn't know that. I have like the Bloody Sundays, which I seen online was $350.
Yeah.
I got the Off-White Chicagos, and those are fucking stupid price. Like
3,000 right now.
It's like for what? They're not even that comfortable because the inside.
They're because they're hype.
Yeah, so like I get it, but it's like, man, I had the Milk Crate Blazers. Mm-hmm. Those were like a couple hundred. I got these New Balances that are like yellow with these blaxploitation things on them, and they're fucking like we're worth $600. I'm like, man, I bought them shits for $70, and they look different.
Yeah,
like, it's just
and that's the thing too. Is like I just like
shit.
I'm learning about sneaker culture just because I have friends now that are so deep into it, and so like I pay attention to their stuff. But I wouldn't put myself in like their position where they are, they take it a lot more serious than I do. Like for me, it's a hobby and it's fun, and I like the shoes. Like
humans love shoes, and not just a woman love heels. Humans love shoes.
Shoes are cool, and I like Jordans because I got a lot of memories tied to them, and then they just like you
they're
say,
the best shoe though.
They're the best shoe because they look good, and not all Jordans, but most Jordans you can wear with jeans and stuff, and they look good.
Yeah, like it's a cool classic design that it took time. It's like actually fashion.
Yeah,
and it's like men are so masculine with shit. We can't appreciate art or whatever, so we got to do it with something. And tennis shoes, like we all agree that women have a bunch of shoes and men usually have more sometimes.
Right, and I like a nice dress shoe. I used to do more with dress shoes. I used to have a bunch of like wingtips and stuff that I would wear. And I've moved into sneakers instead of that. Like I always liked a good pair of shoes, and I like some of the goofier colors, and like I love an infrared. I also had to put a LeBron up because you're coming.
Hilarious. You know what? I do want those. Was the 15s that you were raving about? Like were the most comfortable shoes.
I got the
14s or the 15s. Which
15s.
One? 15s. Yeah. I might pull the trigger on a pair of those. I just look for a pair of a color I like. I'm pretty sure they won't be like collector's items like that. Every color can't be. So
right. No, those are real comfortable shoes.
Yeah, that's one.
I like the lows for wearing around, and then for like actually playing basketball, the highs are real good. Even these ones are good too, just because it's like that. These are the 17s, and it's just that like stretchy fabric that forms to your foot nicely.
Yeah,
and so I just like that.
I got my girl some 3s, and I got her the Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah, the hair.
Yeah, so I got the hair and I got her the 3s. She ain't worn them yet. I'm kind of like I feel like my aunt when she got me a sweater.
Yeah,
it's like, nigga, you ain't gonna wear this shit yet. Like
she's gonna wear them sometime.
I told you these are third trimester 3s, man.
Yeah,
that's what I call them.
Like this is when your feet hurt. Yeah, I got you shoes that are gonna help your feet not hurt.
Them All Stars she keep wearing. I'm like, man, you gonna keep wearing them damn All Stars? They ain't got no support.
That's gonna blow.
I mean, girl,
arches out. She got flat feet. If you got flat feet, they're fine. But if you don't,
I don't think so.
If you have any sort of arch, like I got a pretty high arch, so I need a shoe that's supported to that. But like if I wear like flat shoes, like if I wear Vans or anything like that, I got to put insoles in them Even like if I wear any of my like Jordan, like the ones in the mids, those are I gotta put an insole in them if I'm gonna like do anything in them. If I'm gonna walk
I like
around
the
in
ones I got because they're really flexible.
Yeah,
like skate shoes almost.
Yeah. What I want to talk, I actually have a voicemail, and I think I can play this for you. This is something that someone that called into the Alan Cox show left for me, because me and Mary were getting into it about country music yesterday. And I don't like country music for a lot of reasons. And she's calling me a hypocrite, and I guess I might be a little hypocritical about it because there's other things that I, am open-minded about, but I'm real closed-minded when it comes to country music because I just don't dig it.
But yeah, country music's not a statement. It's not like you got to hear a certain speech from a intellectual speaker. It's music. So if you have the same message from the blues or jazz, or even an R&B song, or even a rap song, it's like, well, the music's gonna just be a different display of emotions. So if you don't really care about country emotions, it's not like you're hating people who make country.
I kind of hate them.
That's funny. I
kind of hate them.
I just don't like it because it's not my tone. Like it don't really. Well, it don't move me.
There's that part of it, and part of the reason it doesn't move me is because it reminds me so much of ignorant people that I grew up with. And so when I hear it, and I hear them all kind of recreating these same almost hack premises, where it's like I'm going to take my truck to the river and do this stuff again and again. It just. To me, and then they use this like false patriotism, and like they try to own what it means to be a patriot, and to love America, and I just don't like that culture at all.
Here's an inverse to that same statement. Hip hop has the same goal with what telling you what quote unquote real nigga is, as far as a tough guy. All these terms are just a tough guy or a real man. So whatever a tough image or a proud image would be. Country's doing it, but for me, that's not an image. Of course I get it. But.
And that's what they brought up, like, well, how do you feel about rap? I'm like, I don't really listen to rap either because of that same reason. Like, it doesn't, like, there are songs that I like. Like, I'm not as hard on rap as I am on country, but there's plenty of rap that I hear, and I'm just like, like Mary's saying that they're talking about their experience and stuff, and they're talking about, I'm like, yeah, but not every rapper really had that experience. There's like,
it's the story.
There's
like popular.
A bunch of, there's a very small amount that had that experience, and then there's a lot that saw that success and they said, okay, well, how can I capitalize on that? And I think that there's like a phoniness in all music has that sort of phoniness, but
especially now.
But it doesn't. But that's why I try to avoid it. But with country music being so important to Mary, it's more in my face than rap is, because nobody's trying to make me understand why I should like rap. If anything, if I'm like, hey, I don't really like rap, and I'm not trying to say like,
don't listen to it.
Then you're like, it's like Jewish people when you talk about their religion. Like, as long as you're not an anti-Semite, we don't need you in our religion. We just need you to respect us. And so that's how I feel with rap. Like, I get why people like it. It's just not all the songs are for me.
Yeah, which is, I mean, not all the songs are for me. So
right,
it's like I listen to everything that I like if the music sounds good. Like right now I've been playing Marvin Gaye. I Want You, the album. That mug's like an hour, but it's so many tracks. It's just like him vibing. So I like that when I'm cleaning up or painting or washing dishes. Just I'm older now, so I don't need aggression in the morning.
Right, and that's the thing too. And like, and then when it comes to country music, it just the way they slip in the God and the
for my
all
country,
that stuff, like, and for my country and for the patriotism and like giving up for the troops. It just reminds me of working in bullshit comedy venues and hacks, like when they get into a corner and they're like, yeah, and give it up for the troops, have you heard Rob and B Titty do that? No. Rob and B Titty have a thing where even if a joke's going good, they just fuck, like if it's kind of awkward, if Brian's first, he'll fuck around and be like, give it up for the chairs, man. Without them, we'd be sitting on the floor. Give it up for he's talking about give it for the troops, give it for all the sexy ladies in here. Then he gets more abstract and not obnoxious, but more abstract with it, like, give it up for these lights, man. They keep us seeing shit. Without these lights, man, we be in the dark. That's funny. And it's like, yo, that's like funny. Yeah. Then Rob go up if a joke don't even come close or don't hit her hard, he'll come up with another silly one. It's like, man, they did that shit at the improv, and I couldn't stop from laughing because it was like the ongoing silly joke on top of it. And what's funny is, does that really resonate with the crowd as much as it does with us? Like they're at first, because they get he's just shouting, because he's just shouting random shit out to get us to clap. Yeah, because the joke didn't work, so he's trying to get us to reset, and they laugh at the fact that, okay, that's funny. All right, let me play this voicemail now. All right, I was too comfortable.
I know we
Alan,
started.
You already know who it is. I'm going to talk fast so I can get straight to my point. Bill is a little bitch. I thought this guy was going to cry when you played that country music yesterday. I tell you, Bill's got some serious issues, and it all stems back from him being a Mormon. He is so butthurt that he
That's
was
your
forced
religion.
to
That's your
be a
base.
Mormon. So now
No, I have
he hates
he's not wrong about that.
everybody that
saying.
believes in any religion. Now he hates people that listen to country music. He hates that whole demographic.
I hate them first.
He hates doing school. He hates being
What?
told what to do. I mean, you cannot make Bill change his mind on anything. He's dead set on what he thinks, and what he thinks is his only way of doing things. And that is exactly why Mary gets mad, because I was pissed yesterday, too, and Bill's over there crying, please don't play it. Please don't play that country music. Man, screw him. I can tell you this. I'll leave you with this. There's no way in hell Bill would have said the things he said yesterday about country music and the people that listen to
better not say in
if
front
it
of him.
was rap or hip-hop. Ain't a chance in hell that pussy would have said anything.
Damn right. Black Lives Matter. That's all he had to say. I fucking quit. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
But-
just want to say that.
You probably
Whoops. Yeah. With I'm going to talk mad shit now about hip hop and rap. I just want to set
I'll
that
call
up.
in. I just want to call in one day. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, I should call in. You know what?
Yeah, you
Let me
should.
just text.
But this guy's all mad about everything, about things that happened on the Alan Cox show. So if you want to hear that, you got to go and listen on the Alan Cox show podcast. But I'll set it up for you. Basically, Mary and I are going back about country, and then I've talked about how I don't like school. I don't like religion because I wasn't a good student. I didn't fucking care about school. I didn't give one shit about school, so I didn't try. And so then this guy says, "Oh, you can't tell Bill anything." I actually flipped my entire belief system around because I was raised a certain way, and then I questioned all the stuff that I was taught, and then I built my own belief system rather than just going along with what people told me to believe, which is what a lot of people do when it comes to things like religion or the music that's around them. So they'll go, okay, well, this is what everybody else likes, so I'm going to like this too. But I think it's fucked up to think that I don't change my mind on things, because I'll change my mind on things if you give me good evidence. But when it comes to religion, I've never had a lick of good evidence.
But the thing is, you're not explaining to, you need to tell some people that you see things differently. Because being a comic is not just being Mr. Haha as a jester. You're literally a jester. You're usually just having to tell ideas from your side of it and make other people who have no idea of that experience understand.
Well, that's exactly true. Right. And
if you talk about black stuff, you talk about some issues where you don't experience racism like a black person ever would. But you can address it. You can address it in a way where you see why it's fucked up. You don't feel the same pain, but you still can be like, yeah, man, this just isn't right.
Right, because I'm actually very empathetic when it comes to things. And that's what bothers me a lot about country music, is because I see a lot of... There's not a fan base that's more judgmental where you have to walk a certain line to appeal to that crowd than when it comes to country music, because if you step outside of their belief system, if you talk bad about the United States, if you talk bad about any if you talk about abortion or women's rights or anything like that, you can alienate the majority of the fan base, because they all have that groupthink mentality where it's like, hey, this is how I know things, and I know this, and I don't want to have to question it. I'm pro-life unless it's someone that's actually alive, and then it's all changing.
Well, rap's like that. Rap used to be very the funny part how rap has matured. Rap used to be calling derogatory terms to gay people to men that aren't gay at all. Women were bitches no matter what they did. It was just like, that's a bitch. But then time went on, and they were listening to women saying, hey, we buy this shit. We don't want to feel like we like the song, but you don't got to call me the whole verse.
And country had a similar thing where back in the day, country was a lot more misogynistic and shit like that. But now it's become this very corporate thing, and it's very mainstream in the way they look at everything.
Cry. It's like a white battle cry. Like, hey, white people, one day this country gonna be just us. It was never, but
So I just have a lot of problems, and then also it's just corny as fuck. And
I never thought it was I never heard a country song, even the Lil Nas X shit. I'm like, I get it and it's catchy, but this ain't country music. This is just this is a kid fucking around and y'all taking it way too serious.
Mm-hmm. And it's so like the corniness factor and all that stuff just never really resonated with me. And then you have that, you can go to a lot of country concerts and they're tailgating and they got the Confederate flag everywhere. So it's just never.
Oh, you'll see some country albums. If you look at some albums right now, I'm pretty sure there's a Confederate flag on a lot of country albums.
Like Alabama, the band Alabama, all over.
They'll get rid of blackface from a liberal idea. Like any TV show that was created by liberals wasn't to fucking support the idea of Confederate or blackface, but the fact they show it, it's like, oh yeah, get rid of that. Like, no, can we get rid of these country albums that are clearly saying, hey, fuck black people?
Yeah. We're good old boys. I mean, like literally, that's what you call a racist white dude is a good old boy.
Well, that's a type, yeah. When you got to warn black people about white people, you like, the type, the good old boys or the hill. But you say what you gotta say because like the way they talk about us, like, oh, there's thugs over there. It's like, well, you're way more safe in our neighborhood,
right,
than we would be in yours.
Yeah.
So, but we're the crazy ones. I get it.
And one of the things too that like when it comes to changing my mind about things, like the riots were something that I didn't understand for a long time.
They were protests first until the cops got involved.
But I'm talking about like any time, like
anytime.
King, anything like that.
It was a protest until the cops showed up.
Yeah,
and they fucking hit somebody.
And I didn't understand that, and like the looting, all that stuff. I never really understood it, but I made an effort to try to understand it, and now I get it
in the easiest way to a man.
All right.
You've ever been so mad you wanted to hit somebody, but you just broke something instead?
Yeah.
That's how it is. We don't want to harm people. Mm-hmm. Because think about it, everybody's like, oh, those niggas are crazy. Well, really, we're not that crazy. We're just expressing our anger. Like, you guys shoot shit up.
Yeah.
Like, we're just breaking some shit. Y'all gonna fix it anyways. It's insured.
Right.
We're still in the rules and the confines of the law. We're breaking shit. We ain't murdering anybody.
Right.
Nobody feels threatened to leave their house because wild niggas in the streets. There's no neighborhood a white person can't go. Y'all niggas do that shit with gentrification to show it. While you have black people, man, don't go to that neighborhood. Don't go to Mississippi. A whole state we still scared to fuck with.
There's I'd rather go to a black comedy club than some comedy rooms in like rural white places.
Yeah, because you don't go on stage and pull a Kramer. Like, as long as you don't, and even then, you're not gonna die.
No, they're like, they might not laugh at me, but they know I'll do my time and you'll
get home safe.
Yeah, I'll get home safe, and they'll be like, hey, we've been fucking with you a little bit. Like they'll be cool with me.
They'll let you know because we don't thrive on violence.
No,
like we are very dignified. That's why even when we act up, it's loud, not violent. If a woman's loud with you because she's tired of not being heard, she's not like. It's not because she has no decency. Black women love being dignified and being ladies. That's why they don't hit you when they want to.
Yes, and then there's also exceptions to every.
Of course.
Rule.
Oh yeah. Sometimes everybody's gonna just. Some people don't have that. Don't hit them switch. Some people are like, yo, fuck it. Violence is the key.
Yeah.
But sometimes like we don't. When you think about the riots, they're not going after people. Like they'll put the address up of the person of a cop, and they'll put the phone number to call, but they're not saying, yo, let's go to this dude's house and. Mm-hmm. Let's burn some shit in front of his lawn. Let's go. These cops are still living. Nobody's putting hits out on people. We're not that type of person. Like black people aren't that. We're angry, but we're not crazy. We're not like out. We're not that vicious, but we're tired.
What's what's one little like microaggression that people might not know about that when that happens, you're like, man, I can't anymore with that. People
don't respect people. Like we don't look at somebody and say that's just a person and they have a whole life behind them.
I feel like that's a macro aggression. I'm talking like a little.
No, like some people think, oh, if me being direct and straightforward, I've been called angry, and it's like you're making me angry. Yeah. I'm just talking to you like you would. I'm talking to you the way that you understand.
Well, that goes back to the voicemail where I'm telling my side of the story, and I just don't want to hear the music. And I'm also.
But he added context though. He added so many things to his call. It's like he's talking about you as if he put you there. Like you're supposed to entertain him by saying what he wants to hear. That's a very out of line call from a fan.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's what happens on a show where there's multiple people. They're going to relate to some people more than others at certain times. And so he thinks it's okay to call me a bitch and say that I was about to cry. And it's like, man, you have no idea what I'm none of this affects me on a personal level. I'm performing on a show.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's a back and forth there. So if Mary's playing and Alan's doing this country music and I've set myself as someone that doesn't like country music, I'm not going to be like, yeah, this song's actually pretty good. I'm going to stay in my lane and say, this song is not good because it makes me uncomfortable because it reminds me of people that are trash, that think it's cool to call a guy a bitch because he's
doesn't agree
with you.
That's what I'm saying. Because like when he said if he was gonna change the situation, I thought he was gonna say you wouldn't say that in front of him when he was on the last 10 seconds. But really, like, you wouldn't say it's about hip hop. It's like, well,
but I literally said about that.
No, but if the argument is you don't like a certain type of music, then you have to like something.
Right.
If you have a strong distaste for something, you like something because you're basing that like the barometer of what you like on the standard you set. So if you don't like the music of country, country music, it's
music of country. I'm gonna start calling it that. That's fucking hilarious.
It is a music. It's the music of that. It's the music of the country. It's not. It's not country music. That's a fucking arrogant ass name to call it. It's a country. It's music of the country. Never mind, I don't say all that words, but it's white people shit. Yeah. And if your standard is I like a certain type of beat and that ain't it, you can dislike it. So him like but you like rap though. It's like I didn't say I hate music, my nigga. I said I hate country music.
I like some music.
Like I'm like nigga, I love the Lion King. Fuck boy, get out my face. Like what do you want from me? Like what taste do you want me to have?
I like
as a fan of mine. What the fuck am I supposed to be? Like
right. And he's a fan of the show. He does not necessarily a fan of mine. So I don't really give a fuck.
He's a fan. People think if I watch a show and I hate if I don't like the villain and he's playing a bad guy, he's doing his job. Right.
And I guess he sounds like that. He sounds like a guy that
I hate Hellboy. Aaron Perlman is the worst because of Clay from fucking. I hate his face, but he's righteous as shit. He's a fucking liberal white guy. Yeah, but I'm sorry.
So when it comes to this guy's voice and like his way of thinking, I'm guessing this is a guy that believes in God and goes to church and does all these things and never really questioned anything when it comes to that situation. So when you say, "Yeah, the Mormons fucked me up," well, it's not that the Mormons fucked me up. It's that the ideas didn't resonate with me because I had too many questions and they didn't have answers. So when I don't have answers, that's what fucks me up. So when you tell me that I'm supposed to believe in something and just believe in it because that's the way it is, I'm not going to be okay with that shit.
But here's another thing. Being a Christian isn't a character trait.
Right.
You can't say, oh, that serial killer was Catholic. That's why he did it. Or that person was this. Religion is never a character trait. You can use it as an excuse, but it's never really a character trait. The religion was never based on that. No religion was ever based on killing a whole group of people.
But it is one of those things that just them knowing that someone's Christian or believes in Jesus and stuff like that helps them feel more comfortable because they're like,
but you say about any race. If you say, oh yeah, he's a good Catholic boy, well, that means whatever it means to that person if they're Catholic. If she's a nice Jewish girl, it's like, what does that even fucking mean?
Right, and that's exactly what I think. I'm like,
or a cool black dude. Like some terms makes like some adjectives people use to describe things they just hold like stereotypes. So let's say she's a nice Jewish girl. Somebody who has a stereotype for that might know what that means, but really, she's just a nice girl as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to describe her as a nice Jewish girl. Like she's nice for a Jewish person.
Yeah. One of the terms I hate, they use this all the time in sports where they say he was raised right.
Yeah, I don't like that because people told that to me and it's like, fuck off.
I don't even know what that means. Like to be raised
right. A good one. Being a good one is another term that people would like to use about black people. Like, he's a good one.
Especially about black people. But I think it's like, he was raised right just doesn't make sense to me because there's parents that do everything they can to try and help their kid and their kid still ends up being an asshole. And then there's kids that basically raise themselves and they end up being great. So for you to just be like, oh, he was raised right is basically you just saying.
And they pick and choose when they say it.
I can tell them what to do.
They pick and choose when they say it about certain players. Like they'll give a black player credit for basic social skills. Mm-hmm. And the white guys they're just sticking it out, man. They're doing the best they can. They're grinding it out. Well, they give them the niggas on the white boys on the bench get admiration.
Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson versus Baker Mayfield, where if Lamar Jackson says everything right, he does everything right, and
he ain't getting that job. He ain't keeping that job.
And he is, but he's. They look at him like, oh, he could be a risk. Whereas Baker Mayfield fucked up a bunch, talks a ton of shit, and they're like, gotta love a guy that speaks his mind,
scrappy,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's always that's double standard. Yeah, because they are the same thing. Because I don't like using that term double standard because it's been taken out of context, but they are the same thing. Just only difference is color. So I'll say this double standard.
Yeah.
Same with I like how Cam Newton's like, fuck it, Tom Brady's gone. We getting rid of all of that shit. Like he got thrown the ball that was kind of light. Mm-hmm. He said, "What the fuck? I ain't Tom Brady." He said, "Throw me another ball." And like it was like just being like, I'm burning this fucking legacy down. It's my shit now, which is good.
Yeah.
Like you can't be living in the shadow. Like you don't. This guy's still playing. It's not like he retired. That's different. It's disrespectful. He retired. but he gonna try and beat us when we play him. So fuck him now. Get used to saying it. Get used to saying fuck him now. That's a smart move.
Right.
And it's like people sometimes don't understand that.
But that's that when we talked about having that competitive attitude.
Yeah, you gotta be sometimes.
That's what you gotta be.
You gotta play the game. So that being told, oh well, you're a good one or he's fat. Like they say little context clues. Where it's like to try and say, well, he's black instead of say the shit. It's like. He's
based on his blackness. This is what we.
He's a mobile quarterback. It's like you mean he don't like getting hit by motherfuckers, so he move out the way. Like niggas don't like getting hit. I'm trying to say niggas like that, but in context, niggas don't want to get hit by these big white boys, so they move out the fucking way. We ain't about to sit there with y'all hit us a little harder. And like they pushing down Tom Brady, they fucking gut checking and hitting Cam Newton on both sides. Like it's a little different because they get all that aggression out.
When it comes to where is it going?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It was good. But going back and then like calling someone a bitch, like Bill's a little bitch.
Has he ever met you like physically been in your presence? Because it's like you're not a small man to just say bitch to.
Right.
Like, and it's small. Like it's certain people use like you can not get away with, but it's passable to be like, what you gonna do, bitch? And it's like, all right, they're not about to jump on you. So
right, and you like that. Anybody that calls someone a bitch in that setting where you're calling someone that you don't actually know a bitch is usually I see that as a weakness where you've been called a bitch a lot. You have been thought of as weak and you probably have those feelings about yourself. Like I never call people a bitch because I don't have that insecurity. So I think when you are lashing out at people, when you're lashing out at people, a lot of times when you're lashing out at people, you're reflecting your own insecurities. So this dude's probably stubborn. This dude's probably a little bit of a bitch. And so when it comes to that
that's
stuff,
like the Dr. Phil way of doing it. I'm telling you right now, motherfucker call me a bitch and mean it like you just a little bitch. It's like, come on, man. You really think like it's like saying I'm a man not showing man qualities in his eyes. Right. Which is just a way to disrespect you. Because like nobody has a real definition of it. That's why it's just an insult. So however it affects you.
Then when it comes down to like what people think a man is.
But even then, like if I insult someone, it's not because I have insecurity. I got into an argument with my girl.
I'm not saying that when everyone does that, but I think when you throw insults like that.
Oh yeah, because he has no base. He's just going on some like, you know what? Okay, you're right. You know what? You are correct. He is projecting what would hurt him and saying it to you because he doesn't know you. I'm wrong in the way of thinking. I'm arguing the fact that if I call somebody a bitch, right. Oh, I mean it because I want you to feel every word with its defined meaning when I'm talking shit. So.
But
I'm
also,
right.
if
you
really want to come at me, calling me a bitch is not the way to do it.
Get to know me first to hate me properly.
It's exactly. I mean, and then like to call like I have fucking 5 comedy albums where I talk about religion and how
like you
fucking don't like
shit
it.
I told you, boy,
and
that
like
ain't hurt.
there's this is no secret when it comes to me and disliking religion because I find it to be something that is completely and it's something that people use as a crutch. A lot of times,
but it's like you being on a soap opera and they're not liking your character. So I get you. I couldn't do it, like because like Will Smith from Fresh Prince, like he took his real name, so people really gonna think Will Smith is this funny jovial motherfucker from Philly moving to Beverly Hills. Like no, his name is Will Smith, so he gotta get called some dumb shit on the street. But that ain't the same dude. Like the fuck, like
well, like Carlton. Carlton was playing a character on that show,
and they call him Carlton. Like that's what I'm saying. You're playing Bill Squire on the radio, and motherfuckers is talking to Bill Squire. Like Bill Squire doesn't have a real You're not playing. You're playing a character, but you don't have a fucking stage name.
Right, and when I'm on the radio, I am playing a character, but it is very close to who I actually am.
But still, like if I'm giving you my ideas for entertainment, don't fucking give me these quotes like it's statements you don't like. Like nigga, suck a dick. I don't care. Like I'm playing the game.
But it also means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing by getting on. Like because there's plenty of people that also called me and emailed me and shit like that. You're right. That like that, and they're absolutely on board with everything I said. So when it's if they love you or hate you, you're doing something right. It's when they're like meh. That's when you're not. Stirring them up right.
Yeah, you're not connecting. But I get it.
So Dustin, I appreciate your call. Sorry that you're insecure about being a bitch, that you have to lash out to other people. And I would also like you to take a moment and question your beliefs for a little bit because I've done that. I've gone through it. I do it constantly, and I would like to see you do the same thing and figure out what you actually believe and not just what you were told.
You are a final thought having motherfucker. You know that? Like, this nigga Bill is out here. I'm like, because I'm like, man, I got principles and shit. I'm like, man, on the man law side, fuck that nigga. But then you like, yo, I'm going to talk this way. I'm going to talk my way out of this one. I'm going to talk this in some positive shit because you are Radio Bill now. And I see it. I like Radio Bill.
But that's what I do, and I don't always get to have. That's why I like this show.
Oh yeah,
and I love being on the Alan Cox show too. It's a lot of fun, but I didn't necessarily get.
This is like the spinoff though. Like you got to have the main show to have the spinoff.
Yeah,
like you got to establish a character there to even have fans to go do your own show.
Yeah, this is
I like this.
This is complimentary to that.
That's just funny as fuck to me. That I'm like, I would have not been that nice. You like, nah, it's just.
Well, again, because he doesn't know
radio. Me. You're Radio Bill. Like you can't be Bill Squire, the comic, who's like, you know, somebody piss you off in the crowd, they get instant reactions. Now you gotta take a punch and be the bigger man and shit. Ugh, that's disgusting.
But it's not.
I hate Radio Bill now. This nigga taking punches now. Ugh.
See, now you're projecting on me because.
Oh, because I wouldn't take. No, I'm not taking punches. Fuck no. Oh no. Somebody take some. You saw it. You done a show with me when the little white woman tried to say I'm not black enough. I'm like, look here, lesbian. Yeah, like you don't get the whole fuck out of here. I'm not gay. Will tell you haircut, face, and sweatshirt. And I hate that woman still. Like, and in fact, I saw her on.
That was over a year ago.
I know, and I saw her on Bumble, and I almost wanted to swipe to see what was up. But I'm like, I wouldn't even fuck her for real. She don't deserve this dick. I just felt like, I don't want to give her the satisfaction of even telling me no if she did match with me, just not to talk to me and let me go on the clock. Like it's like, I can't let her have this one. Nope. But
yeah, I don't. If someone really like. Someone being uninterested is more hurtful to me than coming at me like he did.
Yeah, because then I'll take
like someone like I remember one of the things that like to this day when I first got on the show I did something and someone's reply was just meh, and they were just kind of like and I was like, oh man, I was really proud of this and I really put it out there and I was really hoping you'd like it and you just hit me with I get what you're trying.
You thought you were witty, and he was like, "Yeah." I guess that's one way to look at it.
That fucking stung. That stung. But
yeah, that's arguments too.
Call me a bitch when you like. I'm not a guy that tries to be a tough guy.
Yeah, you know what? That is true. Like if you don't really, I think that's
why
my
you fucking dog.
Yeah, you can't really offend people who don't really put on.
Yeah,
like because you can't call them out. Like you can't really call me out. It's like, what you gonna say?
Yeah,
it's like I know I've talked about it before you did.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's not like I have rumors out here. It's everything you know about me, I said it.
Yeah, if you're trying to get under my skin by assuming that like
you were a Mormon, like that's
like, I know all about that.
I know,
and I know it fucked me up. I've made a living off of it. That's this all paid for by the Mormon Church in a way.
Now you getting hip hoppy. That's the hip hop thing.
Okay, well, I guess hip hop's better than country.
I know. Look, see, that's why we work good together, nigga. I love you for that. You are fun as hell because you. My favorite fucking tag. I was laughing the other day when I was watching the show. Was A Different World. I was telling you about the black fraternities and sororities, and he was like, "I must have missed that episode of Different World." I'm like, "God damn, nigga, that's great." And I'm like, that was my favorite joke. That was. I'm like, there was no ever episode really breaking down sororities. I'll be damned. They had the nigga episode. They definitely had Dean Cain calling Dwayne Wade a nigga for goddamn pointing on his car. Damn. but they don't have a fucking just a regular ass day where. I'm sorry. It's just like they don't give you just who is that dude with the sweatshirt? Like them niggas in the background all the day. Like it's they walk into the student center with their shit on, and you never explain who the fuck they are. It's like you put Kappa Alpha Psi on their fucking like the credits, the Kappa. Like the fuck. It's just like he's right there with a cane. Like it's four of them. They're stepping in the credits, and they never had a sorority episode. How? Whitley's a fucking stereotypical AKA.
Yeah.
Whitley had it all on her. She was light skinned for TV to make everybody believe in no stereotypes. She was kind of prissy. She came from money. She could have had dues paid. Like she would have been a good AKA. And here it is. They don't even discuss the shit. Freddie would have been a great Zeta. Like they had them all right there. Ron would have been a good Kappa. Nigga, that show should have had one more episode. Like, god damn, I'm mad. Dwayne Wade would have been an alpha though. That motherfucker was smart. He was making video games. We didn't even know what the fuck system the shit was on. That nigga was just making video games. Like that shit was universal.
Now this is. I watched Come to America last week when I was on vacation, and I feel like there has definitely, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the '80s going into like early 90s, they were making different kinds of like all the black stuff that I watched appealed to me because I just thought it was good. Like I didn't care either way. So like something like Coming to America was just a good movie. It had a good story. And it's funny, and it was like, and it, you know, it's kind of got some silliness, but overall, like the story is, you want someone to love you for who you are.
Yeah, the story worked. Like it was a great story, and it just was funny as shit. Like it had a lot
funny as shit.
I will say this: me and I was talking to Chris Ronowski about comedy just briefly, and I said white boys have great like structure to jokes, like language. They're good at the structure because they made the structure. Like they tell you what the structure is. But black people fuck up a joke with tags. Yeah, like black people lay so many tags on the joke. Like you can get how you want to. You can get the structure, but once it goes when the joke gets rolling, a black person's pushing that motherfucker till they can't anymore. Like the tags. Oh, that movie has so many quick lines. Right. Like the royal penis is clean, Your Highness. It's like somebody wrote that shit. And
the barbershop scenes are some of the funniest shit.
It's like you gotta think how many things they didn't have, how many things didn't make it that were still funny, but not the funniest.
They not the funniest. It's just like too much or too out of context or anything. But
you seen Life?
Yes, I saw Life a long time ago.
Okay, Life. My favorite part of Life is the end credits when Eddie Murphy shoots the guy who put the cop who put him in jail. They shoot him and take the watch. And in the outtakes, Eddie Murphy's playing the watch music, opening the little pocket watch and it's playing music. Like, oh shit, this ain't my daddy's watch. And it's like everybody dies. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that's not in the script, and that's the funniest, dumbest line that killed this white man. To call him a racist, and your whole proof was this pocket watch, and it wasn't like the fact. Eddie like, man, this ain't my daddy watch, and they was like. Like get the like it's the dumbest line. I'm like that's an outtake.
So
but it's so fucking good.
Eddie's movies, they had this arc where he had
Boomerang is sexy as fuck. I don't care how niggas feel about misogyny, nigga. That movie is it. That nigga learned his lesson. That's a great lesson in misogyny.
Gentleman,
Thomas Jefferson.
Like what? These movies were like these sophisticated R-rated comedies that weren't too silly.
And his dick was never out. Like he never fucked the shit out of a bitch. And he's like, in Boomerang, he just got pussy. He never banged no girls out. It was like he just got some and shit. The one time you see him having sex, Robin Givens make this nigga's toes curl.
Yeah, and
so
like, it's like her from behind. Like I think you see her tits for a little bit, but
barely. But if you like her when she was like grinding on him and he was like all this, oh my god, like, it's like him. He was good at comedy. Like that shit holds up.
And those movies hold up because they're good storytelling. Whereas I feel like. And this just might be like 80s and 90s and us being nostalgic, but those movies had, and even like Beverly Hills Cop and stuff like that, like they had, his movies were so fucking good. Yeah. And then I feel
because they were original ideas that turned into some funny shit.
But then you get like to the point where it's daddy daycare and stuff like that. And again,
he told why he did it though. He got those scripts given to him.
Kids. Well, the scripts were given to him, and he wanted to start making movies that
like he's trying to have his kids watching movies. Then he tried it with 1,000 words, which was okay. And then he went dramatic because he can't play funny cool dude. He got to play the dad. Yeah. So he played the old man. Mr. Church was what it was.
But I want to see him bring back some of those movies that. In
Heist, the funny part, people forget he was in Tower Heist. And he was a good. He was
funny in Tower
asshole.
Heist.
Like, he was a good one. And this is his role.
But I want to see something that is
him.
Like, because Chris Rock tried to make these movies and they weren't good. Like Chris Rock tried to make the I Think I Love My Wife.
That was good though.
Was it?
It's good in a way. Like
it's okay.
Like I understand. I watched that movie the other day because it's on one of them streaming channels. Yeah. It's actually it might be on HBO, but it literally is a good movie in the way that if you going through that shit, you like, man, I ain't gonna do all that because it's telling you a story that could happen to you. Right. Like you gonna keep fucking this old pussy, and you gonna be on this motherfucker like goddamn all pussy.
I think it's an okay story, but I think the execution wasn't all the way there, and I think that's.
Well, it's Chris Rock too much. It's like Chris Rock isn't good in different forms. He's good in stand-up.
He's not a great leading man when it comes to movies.
He's built horribly. He's not that attractive.
I think he should have directed it, and I think he should have had somebody else be the lead actor.
Because him and Rosario Dawson hooking up was like, nigga, you wrote this. That motherfucker's gorgeous, nigga. You ain't got Chris Rock money in this movie.
No woman has been short-sold as far as their male lead like Rosario Dawson.
Oh, Clerks. She was fucking with the little bum boy. Yeah, Clerks 2. He got game. She came up, but she was supposed to be she ain't have a good character though. Like she was with Ray Allen. But she was supposed to be cheating with this other black dude who was in fucking Drumline later on. Like she fucked the asshole from Drumline.
the Spike Lee with Ed Norton? 23rd hour,
25th hour.
25th hour. So,
oh, Ed Norton ain't really he ain't a nigga that you really want to believe he fucking shit either.
it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, like
it didn't make any sense.
And she was young. Oh, that movie with Spike was wild. Like she was, he met her on the swing set.
Yeah, she was.
He deserved to go to jail. Really, that nigga ain't had no car. You was out here picking up your babe off a swing set, my nigga. Take this time, sit down, and let her get some time without you. Let her grow up. Like she don't need to be under your thumb, Mr. White boy with a fast car.
Man, who else did she? I gotta look up her IMDb.
And the Spirit, she ain't really fuck with nobody.
Spirit doesn't even count. That is.
She was in love with the blind nigga. The blind dude in Daredevil. But then she never gave no cheeks to Luke for real.
Oh yeah.
So Luke wasn't bad, but she didn't get no cheeks. Did she get with Luke? Yeah, she did get with Luke. Yeah, she got with Luke Cage.
That's good. That's TV. That's not movies.
Oh yeah, her movie career. She got a lot of white boys on her belt. She didn't really get to date with too many black dudes. Not saying she got to, but she didn't get to play. She never got to play her own self. Like she never got to be Rosario.
Right.
Like she would be Puerto Rican, but she never really got to be her own character in a movie.
Zombieland, Double Tap, she was in that. And she got Woody Harrelson, which is...
that's not real.
That's not...
Woody Harrelson in his prime couldn't pull Rosario at her latest.
No.
Like, even with Rosie Perez, like, maybe that's his jam, but even with Rosie Perez, it's kind of like, nigga, them titties way too good for you. They just sitting all pretty and perky, and you can't even dunk, my nigga. Like, them is dunking titties. You can't be fucking this girl with them titties, and you just jump shot, and that's
Beanie.
She got with Will Smith. She got with Will Smith.
Oh,
and,
Pursuit of Happiness?
No, Men in Black 2.
Men in Black 2, okay.
And in Unstoppable, she was like phone sexing with Denzel. Like she was the girl.
Okay, so she got a couple.
But she ain't really they ain't had no scene. 7 pounds. She got Will Smith. You know what? She might have smashed Will Smith.
Sin City. That she was with what's his face?
Clive Owen.
Yeah. In his prime, so that's a good get. So,
the rundown, she was kind of emotionally involved with The Rock.
Okay, so maybe she's doing 7 pounds. That's the one she was in with Will Smith.
Yeah, that's not the second one. She was in Men in Black 2 with him.
Yeah.
Percy Jackson, she wouldn't fuck with nobody. Death Proof, she just was a girl.
Yeah.
As a character. Josie and the Pussycat, she was just a woman in the script.
So she's been short sold a few times.
Eagle Eye, she was an agent. She didn't get no dick in that
Nash?
one.
God damn. I didn't know. Pluto Nash came out in 2002. I felt like that came out.
Oh yeah, she was one of the girls in the like one of his.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Meteor Man. Meteor Man? That was a fucking garbage movie. All right, so she had some tough spots, but they made up for it with Denzel and Will Smith.
She get a lot of like when she's in a romantic comedy, it's always like she's playing the different type of girl who's artistic as fuck.
Yeah, that sees past the tubby body and the bad goatee and just loves a human for who they are.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, John.
That was quick.
45 minutes.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to talk more.
Oh, we can talk more off air, but
fair enough.
I already have like this week. I got all these different segments. So like it's me and then I do the Instagram hottie. And this week I talked to Sarah Volpio, who is in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago comedy.
She's going pretty all in on her OnlyFans.
Hilarious. Like really, like is she doing like comedy on OnlyFans or she?
No, she's doing pornography.
Porn. Hey, the way you said that shit is fucking dope. Like pornography. Like you had to that hard landing on porn, and then ography. Like it's artistic though. That's the part. Like an atrophy.
Like pornography.
Oh, she got a co-star.
Yeah, like I'm telling you,
she winning. I thought she was just on some old.
And she's making money, and then so like
solo Frank Ocean style.
What we're talking about in this interview that's coming up is about like I'm giving her tips and stuff. I'm like, this is some stuff you should make that people will respond to.
Same person, or she just out here like she living like she got different co-stars.
I don't know that much about it, but I think
she really
she's got
win.
a few different.
Yeah, if she got a few different, she can be fine because it just look like it's something different. Because nobody wants to see a girl fuck her boyfriend.
Yeah,
but
it's
a girl
definitely
being kinda,
not that.
Yeah, a girl being kind of like living her life and documenting, it's like, that's kind of sexy. I mean, that's like a total whore saying that shit, but it's like, I don't want to see a relationship.
All right, no.
It's like if I want to watch some fucking, I can go, go upstairs and go get some relationship sex.
No, you want them to be a little bit.
Yeah, I want
skanky,
a little hoe. I want a little hoe somewhere. Porn nice because little hoe. Pornography is nice because little hoe involved. It's endorsed hoe. I like that. But no, that fucking different world episode shit. I'm so mad.
So fucking funny.
I want to fucking take that shit somewhere. I was like, yo, you ever realize they never had a? Sorry. I was like, that's great. That's like, fuck, they in the back. I'm sorry. I quit.
All right. Follow John on Instagram at John Bruton.
And MakeHimLaughTV.com.
And MakeHimLaughTV.com.
Yes.
And check out John's new podcast, Friday Late Show.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that stuff. We did an episode 2.
Yes.
Where
you premiered your radio bill now.
Yeah, that's kind of where it started, honestly. Like that's kind of the first place where I said out loud, like, I'm going more into radio, and then stand up stopped being a thing anyway. So I think I made the right move.
I agree. My hat's off to you.
Yeah, and
you
did get mad at me because when I was talking about bombing in front of George Wallace crowd and the Sunday crowd. I called church hat black people.
I get mad at that. I thought it was funny. I said, I wish you sounded racist, but I get it. Like, I was like, I made it like, damn, I wish I sounded racist. I know what you're talking about though.
All right, thanks. And check out right now my interview with Sarah Volpio.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, it's so weird because I'm looking at myself, so I'm like delayed. Okay, I just want to look at that part.
It's almost like you're better off just using the voice part of it because it can get a little.
Right.
But this is Sarah. Sarah was on this year's Chris McQuansica show, so if you came to that, you're familiar with Sarah already. She's also a comedian in Chicago, originally from the Cleveland area, and very good friends. We're pretty close.
Yeah.
Not as close as we used to be. And honestly,
for many reasons now, T.
Sarah and I did an episode of Flicks and Bill that was so fucking funny, and I accidentally recorded over it because I saved a file as the same name of it, and I'm so mad at myself to this day because it was so fun.
You just recorded over, like, it's just audio of you jerking off is what I'm sure. You were like, out of all the episodes that could have been recorded over, of course it was mine. I was like, of course. It was so funny. It was riveting. It was new. It was innovative. Nothing never been done before.
Well, you're so candid and so honest that it makes interviews and just conversations with you so fun because you just put it all out there and you don't give a fuck. And I appreciate that so much because there's so many people that hold back, like, oh, I don't want this out there. I don't want people to know this. And you're just like, nah, this is what I've done. And you write about it and you share about it and you're just honest about it. And I appreciate it so much.
Oh, thank you. Anything for a fan.
One of your only fans.
Oh, hello. That'll be a joke for when we start talking about it later.
Okay. Well, we'll get there. So how have you been since all the quarantine and everything started? Great, I'm sure.
I think fine. I don't know. I think I have ADHD on top of everything else. So I have to go see a psychiatrist, which I haven't done yet because I just hate the idea of looking up doctors. But things are good. Now that things are opening up again, like my legs. Okay, I'm kidding. But not really. I went and had sex with this guy last night, and it was like he was like really hot. He looks like Josh Duhamel, you know, the actor, and I couldn't think of what it was. He's like a small. I don't even know what he's been in. I couldn't tell you anything, but his name is Josh Duhamel. He's an actor, and he looks like him, but he was so stupid, and I was like, "This is fun, but will never see you again." Thank you.
He is in, I think, the first Transformers movie.
Yeah,
and he was on like Vegas. I think the show Vegas that was on like the.
I looked up his IMDb. He was in a Nicholas Sparks movie. Yeah, so he's done like small stuff like that. Anyway, it wasn't small, so it's not really.
I almost spent Christmas with him in like 2009 or 2008, something like that, because I was in Minot, North Dakota, doing comedy shows, and he is from Minot, and the headliner was dating someone that was friends with him because she also lived in LA. So like they were like, it's like one of those small world things, and they invited me to their Christmas party, and I went. but I left before he got there because I was just like, this is too weird. It's just so awkward to be here.
That's such a weird, like, nowhere. You said North Dakota. First of all, nobody lives in North Dakota, and I will stand by that statement. I've never met someone from North Dakota. I've never met someone from South Dakota. All I know is about the pipeline or something. I don't even know if that was supposed to be there. I don't believe anybody lives in North Dakota. But of all places, also Josh Duhamel, it's like, why is he in Dakota? It's north or south. Shouldn't he be?
That's where it's from.
Well, I don't believe it. I'd like to see a Wikipedia birth certificate.
All right. A Wikipedia birth certificate. Those are very...
You ever go in and like change stuff in Wikipedia? And I tried to do that, and like that was like my fun in high school, but they'd always change it back before anybody could notice.
Yeah, I've done that a few times because I like to do that, and then you got to screenshot it, and then you post it, and you get some LOLs and some likes.
Do you have one?
Wikipedia? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think I do, but if I do, I'm sure it's terrible.
I'm gonna make a really bad one for you after this.
Please do. I would, if you do that. That's your that's your assignment. You have to make me
my homework.
Mm-hmm.
What are you drinking?
I'll make yours. I am drinking tequila right now because it's Sunday, and I wanted to drink tequila.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you're in your house. I keep thinking you're in like an actual studio.
That's good. That means I've sold it that it is an actual studio. No, I'm in my house, and after this, I'm going to do another interview, and then I'm going to go down to my pool and hang out there.
All right, brag. Cool.
Yeah, it's a brag. It's a brag. Ugh, gross. I'm disgusting.
Gross.
All right. So you are you don't even know what this is. Like, so I've been doing this podcast now. This is, I think, like the 7th episode or 8th episode, and I do interviews that we feature on the Alan Cox Show's website of the featured Instagram hottie. And so you're this week's featured Instagram hottie, and you are very open about who you are and everything. And you started an OnlyFans, which I subscribe to because I'm a supporter.
It's so funny because there are so many people that just make their username is like ABCD12345. It's like you're like whatever the username they give you, and you're just like, hey, it's Bill. Here's my picture. It was so funny.
It's Bill pays for porn.
Bill pays for porn. I was dying because I was like, yeah, so many people, and obviously you don't care we're talking about it, but it's just so funny because I think so many people try to remain anonymous. Mm-hmm. But what's funny is I probably know who they are because when I first started it, I was like afraid to like promote it on my Instagram because I was like, people I think already don't take me seriously in comedy. And if I do this, people are going to be like, oh, but comedy's dead anyway at the moment until further notice. So I was like, I don't give a fuck. So I just only had it on my Snapchat, and I have like a following on Snapchat because I'm not 16. Mm-hmm. And so I posted on there, and it was like people that like I knew. And then I put it on Instagram, and I got more fans. And as of like an hour ago, I have 100 because I went on Tinder and I promoted it there.
That's
and in like 5 minutes, I got like 15 people who subscribed, and I was like, oh, okay, look at me. I'm like an entrepreneur. I also have this couple that like wants to fuck me, but I was like, they were being like too much. Like he was like, can you send me a video saying like, hi, so-and-so, so that I know it's you? I was like, yep, bet, can do. I do that. He goes, okay, I'm so sorry. He's like, would you be able to like write it on a piece of paper? I was like, hello, what are you asking me? I was like, I'm literally taking a video of me. Mind you, I just woke up. I'm hungover. I was like, hey, da-da-da and da-da-da. What's up? Can't wait to fuck both of you maybe one day. It was just really weird. So I was like, that's too much work. And if you're like super sketch about the internet, then like don't be trying to fuck somebody from the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That seems like a lot. I was just telling a story about while we were on vacation one night, we were in our jacuzzi in the room that we had, and someone said send nudes, so we sent nudes, and they sent nudes back, and it was fun, and it's one of those things like it was like a vacation thing. We were drunk as hell doing it, but it's one of those
on vacation.
We were in the Poconos in Pennsylvania.
Gang.
Yeah.
It's fun if you know somebody, and if you're so skeptical, then like don't be on Tinder looking for somebody. Right. I literally sent you a video
And that's what I was gonna say. It's like it's one thing to like do it with someone that you know and like kind of like we've had like, but we've both had flirty relations with this person.
Yeah.
Like it's like okay, we can do that, and we're both on board. But it's another thing to like make a profile, and then like that guy that has to be the one that's like vetting the relationship for the girl. Like I don't want to bring that to my girlfriend and be like, hey, so I made a Tinder account and now we're gonna try and have people. Like I don't
Yeah.
people.
I'm like, I'm all for it. Also, they live in the suburbs. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Walk there? I was like, this is not worth it. But I did have, so what's funny is, so I went on Tinder, I like made it, and I made it so that my first picture isn't like, here's my OnlyFans, because I think people would be like, this is either a bot or like whatever, you know? So I did that. That worked. I tried on Bumble. 10 seconds later, they were like, you're blocked. And I was like, Bumble is a prude, A. And I don't even think it was Bumble. I think some fucking prude himself reported me because it was like, you've been reported for trying to sell goods. And I was like, oh, these goods? These? I was like, you should be so lucky to see my tits, you know? So I tried that and I did it on Hinge. And now people are like, so wait, are you like trying, like guys are like, are you actually like trying to date or are you just doing this? And I was like, oh, what, you're gonna date me now after you fucking paid $7 a month to see my asshole? People are so stupid. I'm just like pissed about it, which is like, it's fine. I get what I'm signed up for. But like, some guy would be like, would you ever date a fan? What am I, Britney Spears? I'm like, I'm just a regular girl who decided to go on the internet and have people pay to see my butt instead of like for free. You know, it was just like, I'm like, no, I'm not going to date anybody because then you're going to go, oh my, this is what I've been dealing with lately. I'm like, if you don't want to, I don't want anything serious. I'm making it rain. Okay. I have the most money I've ever had in my life. And of course we can't go anywhere, but that's a different story. But I'm like, I'm having a great time. But if you just want to hook up, then be like, bitch, I want to hook up. Okay. Don't be like, I want to date and like, we can hang out and stuff and then not call me until it's 2 a.m. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? No, I'm not dating a fan. Pay me and tip me. I have to do a dick rating after this, actually.
How does that work?
Oh wait, I have a question for you because okay, so well, the first thing is a dick rating is a guy just sends me a picture of his dick and I just make a video literally being like, looks great, or like, I did the first one I ever did was last year when I was on Panty Deal for a minute, and this guy paid me like $50 to literally make a video where I was just like, I wouldn't write home about it, but like I would sit on it, you know? And he was like, that was so hot. Thank you so much. And so I have to do like one of those. So they just send me a dick pic, and then I'm like, it's great. I love it. Can I sit on it someday? But then I also have to do JOI, which you have told me that you're into those.
I love those. I love those when they're good. They're so. I know that you had some problems making the JOI video, but when girls are good at them, they're so hot because it feels like you're actually, you know, you still have to suspend some disbelief, but there's just like an interaction almost with it.
But that's the thing is like, I am so when I'm sexting, I picture something, or I don't know how to use my words, which is crazy because I'm like a writer, you know what I mean? But it's like when it comes to like being like, hey, do you want to like put your hand on your cock and stroke it, bitch? Like I just can't do it. I get like shy and nervous, and that's like the one thing. So I'm like, this guy's paying me, and he's gonna be so disappointed when he gets a video from me being like, yeah, spit on your hand, bitch.
If I were to go and maybe you already have, you will probably watch some videos of girls doing JOIs, but like the buildup is what I think the JOIs are all about. So if you go into it too fast, then it kind of loses something. So you got to work your way up to like a scenario where like they're not even supposed to be there or something like that. And then you're like, well, you got to create like a naughty situation because that's how guys are.
This is a whole fucking play.
Yeah, but if you get good at them, then you can make even more money off that because there's a huge lane for that. Yeah,
I probably will like do some research and look it up because I just not great. I try to be all like, I'm bad, I'm a sub, and then it's weird when you're talking to yourself. There's no one being like, are you a slut? And you're like, yeah, you know. So I'm just like in my room and I'm like, I've been bad. It's like so embarrassing, but it's funny.
But I think like the ones that I like is where you're kind of shy about it. like you can be shy and be like, okay, yeah, I am kind of bad, but I do want to see your dick. So like maybe like not yet, but like in a little bit, maybe you can pull your dick out when it's like really hard, stuff like that.
I'm like taking notes. I'm writing it all down in my eyeshadow palette. No, that is, because people, I'm like, yeah, sure. Like I never even heard of that. I had to Google what that was when you told me about it, and I was like, oh, that seems like my friend. He was really into that. Like he would go on Pornhub and do those like Pornhub Live things, and he was like, it was hot because it's like personal. And I get that. That's what like because people are like, I would never pay for nudes. It's like, yeah, you go on any part of the internet and you'll see a titty. But it's like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, okay, well, I know this person, or I've thought this person's like been attractive for a while, and I would like to see what she looks like naked. Or, like I can make I think it's more personal. That's why people want it instead of being like.
So follow a lot of people on OnlyFans, and most of them are people that are like either like they have free ones, and I'll just like follow their free stuff.
Yeah.
But there is one girl that I followed, and she's got, I think, maybe 2 fans, and it's the saddest thing. And it makes me like, and so now I feel like I can't unsubscribe because then she'll be like left alone. And so and her price was so cheap, and so I just like I just got like the year-long subscription because it was like under $30 for a whole year, and I'm like, she needs to be coached. She needs to be like figure out how to like actually make this. Like if you're gonna go on OnlyFans, you got to pretty much go all in, because otherwise I feel like you're just and I don't mean all in like you have to do whatever you want, but you have to be committed to creating content regularly. Is the biggest.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like I wake up and the first thing is like, okay, well, I can do this today. I can film this. I got to film this. I'm going to take these pictures. But it's fun, but it is you kind of have to treat it, if you really want to make money, you got to treat it kind of like a full-time job, you know? Right. And then like, that's what I've been trying to do is like promote, and like, apparently that's been working. So it's like, that's good. Cause I did Panty Deal. Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard of that one, but I know back when you like tried camming for a little bit, and like the promotion was really tiresome to you because it's not as upfront, I feel like, as OnlyFans is.
Right. Well, with OnlyFans, it's either, oh, I think she's hot and I want to subscribe to her and I want to pay this, or I don't. With camming, I literally did it once and it was awful because it's like you sit there and like people will be like, oh, so-and-so entered your chat. Okay, well, they didn't like me and it took them 2 seconds to realize that, so then they're out. And so I'm just sitting there being like, well, what am I supposed to do? But I did Panty Deal last year, which is like meant to like sell your underwear and stuff. And I did that, but that was another thing where like guys would be like, scam me, and they'd be like, I'm gonna pay you this, or they wanted like free shit. I'm like, if you want free pictures, here's a link to porn. Or like, I don't need validation. Like that's not why I'm here. I'm trying to make it rain. But I did that for a little bit. But this is just so much easier, and it's like, hi, hello, here you go. So this has been working out, which I just hate working. But I love making money. Doing stuff with my tits out there. Right there. So
well, that is. And I'm happy. So what is what fan so can subscribe to you? And I'll put it up on the Chiron too, as people can follow you.
I'm like still trying to look at like how I look right now. I look like an alien. Anyway, it's just Sarah Ashley V. Because I was like, why use a fake name? But the guy I saw last night, he was like, Sarah Ashley does sound like a porn name. I was like, thank you, Grandma. She picked out my name. So she's up in heaven or down in hell drinking and fist bumping because I'm making money. So yeah, it's just my name with a V because Sarah Ashley was taken apparently. But yeah, it's fun. I'm going to do some shit today. I have to do that video, which I'm like, so I got to go on and do some research.
Okay.
Well, it'll be really bad.
Well, do your research and give your fans what they want. And if you like Sarah, she's very, very funny. Follow her on Instagram and more importantly on OnlyFans, Sarah Ashley V.
Oh yeah. Is that it?
That's it. You want to show your boobs to everybody real quick?
Can I? No, they have to pay for it.
It's on YouTube, so I can't do that.
Well, you can see this part of them.
Yeah.
But everything else you have to pay for.
There you go. Yep. If you want to see them, though, you know how. Sarah Ashley B. Trying
All
to help
right.
you.
I know. I
All
appreciate
right,
it.
thank you so much. No problem. Thank you so much for doing this interview. This will be posted next week on Monday, and I'll send you the link and everything.
Awesome.
And
Wow.
also, I need a picture that you want to use, that something that's preferably on your Instagram or that you want to post this week. I really the latest one that you posted where you're like completely naked and your like knees are up. I really love that one. So if that's cool with you, I'll just use that one.
Just use that one. Yeah.
Can you send me a clean copy of it though?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right. That's it. I'll see you. I'll post this next week.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey everybody. I'm here with Marty. He's back. It's been a couple weeks since you've been on the show.
I've been pursuing job opportunities.
You gotta get right into the microphone.
I've been pursuing job opportunities.
All right. So last time you were on, you were applying for a job at Amazon, and then you potentially had it. Did that ever come?
Yes, I got the job at Amazon.
And did you start working at Amazon?
I worked 2 days at Amazon.
And then what happened?
Plus, I did the online orientation, which I got paid for.
Okay.
And I've already been paid by Amazon. But this is the tricky part. I got paid on the 3rd, but this guy said our first paycheck was going to be on the 10th, and we get paid every 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
But I got an email saying I'm getting paid every week.
Yeah.
So who's telling the truth?
Wait, I don't know, but do you still work at Amazon or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you've only worked there 2 times?
Oh, the online orientation plus 2 times.
Okay. Do you have anything on the schedule to go back?
I can pick up a day anytime I want. I don't know how to make my shift out yet. They said we're supposed to make out our shifts every week, and I don't know how to do it.
Well, you should probably figure that out, shouldn't you?
I could just pick up shifts.
It sounds like you're just lazy right now. You just don't want to pick up the shifts.
Well, I'm going to be making
Can
more.
you take your mask off all the way, please?
I'm going to be making more money at my other job.
Okay, what's your new job that you applied for?
Giving temp checks at the Ford plant.
Okay. So you're real focused today.
Why?
You're just like real like forward. Like you're not looking at me. The dog's trying to get your attention. You're ignoring the dog completely, and it's making her crazy. She wants a little love from Uncle Marty.
Okay. I'm petting her.
There you go.
I took the drug test, and I had to get a 99 agent, someone to verify my I-9, someone to verify my driver's license and social security number. And I did all that.
And how'd that go? And so you're verified?
I think so.
You're not?
I think unless we did
You're
it
not
wrong.
a legal immigrant?
No.
And you have a valid driver's license, which
And
I
social
remember.
security number.
Yes, I remember. I took you to take your driver's license test a couple over.
Yeah, and
a
I
year
hit the
ago.
cone twice.
You hit the cone twice, but they still passed you.
Yeah.
How'd they do that?
That's because Matt Schmidt knew the woman.
Oh, okay. So you got a little something there. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, the dog's being a jerk.
Oh, I want to talk about. I saw Supergirl. I saw like the very first one, and they talked about the background and everything.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Olsen is black in Supergirl.
Okay.
I did not know that, and I've watched Supergirl before. I've just never seen one with Jimmy Olsen in it.
Okay.
Except this one.
And so Jimmy Olsen's black. Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen's black.
Is it? And
I'm wondering why I didn't hear people complaining about it. Like people complain about Aunt Jemima being taken off. Where was the complaints from Jimmy Olsen being black?
I'm sure if you delve into it, I'm sure there was people that were upset about it, because there's always people that are upset about things like that. But I think it's one of those things where his character doesn't. He
doesn't have to be white
or black or anything. You don't even really. I mean, who works at a newspaper anymore? So that's the most unbelievable part of it.
Yeah, that is the unbelievable part.
Is that there's like a lot of people working at a newspaper.
They had to put her in a newspaper setting too. She works for this lady that owns like 2 newspapers.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, she decided she was firing almost everyone at the Tribune, and Supergirl, as her other identity, says, "You can't fire them." And then she says, "Listen, the Daily Planet has 54% of their front pages about Superman. Unless you can find me another superhero, I'm firing them. And that's when she decides she's
going to be
She's going to be Supergirl out
just
out
to
in
save
the
people's
open.
jobs.
To save people's jobs.
That's pretty nice of
good.
her.
That's nice of her.
Yeah. How many? So is that like the new show that you're watching on Netflix?
I'm going to start watching it. I watched the beginning of it. There was no real action. It was just the background, really.
Just kind of setting everything up.
Yeah.
But you're hoping for some action.
Well, I think there would have been some action if I would have watched the rest of it, but I have a low attention span.
I feel like you have a pretty good attention span when it comes to things that you want to watch, because I remember watching Suicide Squad with you on Thanksgiving
I had
a
a
couple
panic
years
because
ago.
the TV went off.
The TV went off and you freaked out and you started going, because the internet stopped working. We were streaming it.
Yeah.
And you
I did
didn't
finally
handle it
watch
well.
all of Suicide Squad.
What'd you think?
It was good.
Is it your favorite movie of all time now?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
What's your favorite
I
movie?
haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet.
Oh, you haven't? Well, you should watch that.
Well, I got to finish watching the one before it. What's that one called?
Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
So what's going on with your dating life? How's things going there?
Well, I decided I may start drinking wine. That way, a woman don't think I'm weird because I don't drink, and I can get them drunk with wine. And wine's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, but you don't want to say you want to get them drunk. You want to just drink wine.
I just want to drink wine with them.
You can't just try to get people drunk.
I can.
The rules still apply to you, Marty. The rules still apply.
All right.
So what about things going on in the world? Sorry, I just woke up from a nap and you came here early, so I didn't really have much prepared for you.
Well, there's something I want you to look up.
What do you want me to look
Remember how
up?
we did dating tips or whatever?
Yeah.
Romance?
Yeah.
I want dating tips for the mentally ill.
All right. Can we do that another time? Because we
can do that another time.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find anything right off
No,
the
you
bat.
can find it. I found it.
So you already have it. What did they say?
I want to go over it with you with some other time. No, don't
right.
look it up now.
All right, we'll go over it another time. But I think so. You're about to have 3 jobs.
Yeah, some chicks are gonna dig me. I have 3
think so.
jobs.
We gotta get your ears waxed. Remember we were gonna do that. They look pretty good right
Wait
now.
a minute. I have. Let me count my jobs. Mark's.
Oh, you got 4 jobs.
McDonald's, Amazon, and Ford.
4 jobs. So when you go to Ford, you're going to be the person checking people's temperature when they go in.
Yeah.
You got the little gun. How much does that one pay for? How much?
Pays
does it pay?
almost $20 an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not fucking bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna be rolling in it.
They didn't tell me yet, but the guy that told me to call said they pay $19.41 an hour.
How many hours is it?
Well, the shift that's open is a 2-hour once a week, but I don't know what shift I'm going to get put on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's still
2 hours 5 times a week.
Hey.
2 hours 5 times a week.
That's not too bad, and that's pretty easy money.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get a new car soon if you can get that going.
Yeah,
your
but I
car
got to
doing?
buy an American car because I'm working at Ford, and they would burn my car if it was a Ford
I don't know
car.
if they'll burn your car. I think.
No, it's known that they.
yeah?
They have you. There used to be signs at the other plant, foreign cars park in back and stuff like that.
So, but if you drive like a Toyota, they'll set it on fire.
Yeah, they will.
You're ridiculous. But hey.
Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to watching Supergirl. I really liked watching Smallville. I thought Lana Lang was really hot.
Yeah, Lana was very pretty.
Yeah.
That was the first few seasons of Smallville were okay, and then they got kind of out of control. But do you know about the girl that was
Allison Mack.
Yeah, Allison Mack.
She
cult, right?
Well, what's wrong with this being in a sex cult? Why are they prosecuting her?
Because I think she was also like there was human trafficking involved with it.
Well, once they're done being human trafficked, they're in a sex cult. What do they have to complain about?
The human trafficking part where it was against their will.
Well, not if everyone wants to join a sex cult.
Everyone wants to join a sex cult until they find out it's a sex cult. I was actually talking about cults on an episode a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to start my own cult.
What, a sex cult of shit?
No, not a sex cult. Just like start my own religion where I can get tax exempt status.
How hard is it to get tax exempt status?
I don't know. I haven't looked that deep into it, but I basically just kind of.
I would donate money to you if you started a church because I have
appreciate
4
that.
jobs.
I know, and that's good. So you'll be my first member.
Oh, I don't want to be a member.
if you're giving money, you're a member.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll have to be a member.
Sorry, the dog's being a jerk tonight. So you want to know a little bit about my cult?
Yeah.
All I've got right now is my plan for salvation.
What is the plan for salvation?
So when you die,
You gotta take Bill Squire as your savior?
no, nothing like that. Like I'm talking about what happens to you when you die. This is what I'm going to tell people.
Okay.
So when you die, if you lived a good life and followed all the rules, which I haven't even come up with for my cult, the way you what are you doing? Sorry, this dog's being bad. The way you get salvation is you your heaven is like a good Saturday.
Is a good Saturday.
Yeah. So like imagine you have like a good day off.
lifelong of good Saturdays.
Yeah, and every day feels like a new day, but it feels like a good Saturday. So like you have some stuff you have to do, but it's like okay stuff, like you have to like mow the lawn, you have to do. So it's just like a very fulfilling day, and you get to go and do an activity at night. And then
I bet
you
you get Amanda Bynes to join.
We could probably do that. And then every day you know it starts over, but you never, and it's all like an algorithm and like based on your life to create a new scenario for every single day, and it never repeats, and you never know that it's repeating, and it feels like you're still alive.
Okay, good. That's good. I'll join.
Yeah, you're into it? All right, your first membership fee is going to be $150,000.
Oh, I'll have to save up for a while on that one.
Okay, you can just pay me in installments of whatever you have. Okay. All right, this is great. I love this. You're in, and I feel like if you're in, then you can help recruit other people.
I want to get my Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes just broke up with her fiance. They were engaged for like 3 weeks, and then they broke it off.
Yeah, and so is that the woman you're going to go after?
She's on my list. She's on my list. I'm going to drink some wine with Amanda Bynes.
I think that's a great plan. What attracts you to Amanda Bynes?
She's crazy. She's bipolar, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's like a prerequisite for me.
Oh, you need a girl. What if a girl that's not crazy wants to be with you?
That's not going to happen.
Not okay?
No,
so if you're not...
I hope it happens.
Hey, he said nope. If you're crazy, then stay away from... If you're not crazy, if you're a woman that's not crazy, then stay away from Marty. But let's be honest, Marty.
Yeah.
All women are crazy, right?
All women are crazy. You're right. My mom told me women are evil, and she knows she's a woman.
Yeah. No one will know better than your mom, who is probably burning in hell right now, right?
No, she's in heaven.
She could have been having a good Saturday.
She could have been having a good Saturday. She didn't know about it yet.
She didn't know about it yet. No, it just came to me a couple weeks ago. So you think your mom's in heaven, though?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said she's evil.
No, woman. My mom said women are evil.
Well, she's a woman.
Yeah, but she's not evil.
But if women are evil and your mom's a woman, your mom is an evil woman.
Evil people can go to heaven. Look at Jim Baker.
He's not going to heaven.
Oh, probably not.
No, he's a terrible person.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He was selling a cure to the coronavirus. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, he was selling like fake silver drink or whatever.
Oh, that turned you blue. Did you hear about the blue people of Kentucky?
No.
It turned you blue. And there's actually these people that are blue, and they still continue to take it.
Do they have coronavirus?
They can get it, I'm sure. It's supposed to ward off diseases and illnesses.
Uh-huh.
I do a joke about it, and but they're crazy. They turn blue.
Well, that is crazy. That's scary. Maybe I'll work on something like that.
That could be where the Smurfs came from.
You think so?
It could be.
No, I think it's probably just someone's imagination.
What?
Jim Baker.
Jim Baker's imagination is
the Smurfs. I don't know how the.
I think it's based on the blue people of Kentucky.
Well, didn't it? But the Smurfs have been around for a long time.
People, this is from years, hundreds of years ago.
Okay, hundreds of years ago. Blue people in Kentucky.
They're still blue today. There's still blue people today.
But are they still taking the same substance?
They still take it. And even if they stop taking it, they still stay blue.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But Are there benefits though?
No, it's supposed to.
Does it keep you from like getting sunburned?
Okay, silver supposedly, like if you drink out of silver chalices, it's good for you.
Yeah.
But if you swallow the silver, it's not good for you.
Right. But especially if you're a vampire.
Yeah.
We got a lot done in not a lot of time.
Okay.
So
well, I'm going to continue to watch Supergirl and try and if anyone out there can get me in contact with Amanda Bynes, let me know.
All right. I think you should hit her up on
Or any woman
Instagram.
that wants to drink wine with me.
Yes, anybody that wants to drink wine with Marty, let us know. We'll set up a wine date, and it'll be a nice time. And he's buying because he's got 4 jobs.
Yeah.
What kind of wine are you going to get? Red or white?
Lambrusco. But I might not be able to because I was in AA.
Yeah, but you're only in AA as a scam.
No, it's not a scam.
No.
Sort of was, but...
You were scamming. I'm not saying AA is a scam. I'm saying you were scamming.
Yeah, but no one knows that, so I'm going to get there. If they find out I'm drinking, they're all going to go crazy on me.
All right, well, your secret's safe with me other than the fact that it's on this podcast.
Okay.
All right. I don't think you should start drinking, though.
I might not stop. I might not start drinking. It all depends what Amanda Bynes wants to do.
I guess we'll wait and see. I'm excited for this saga. All right, thanks for stopping by, Marty.
All right, bye.
This is the Bill Squire Show.